Sami Zayn is considered one of the best wrestlers in the entire professional wrestling industry due to his work ethic and his charitable activities outside the ring. Sami has managed to earn an important place in the hearts of millions of fans around the world. However, there are some superstars who, despite everything, do not get along with the Canadian at all. Well, for now I'll stop talking and today I'll present to you 5 wrestlers who hate Sami Zayn. Remember to tell me which superstar you would like to see in this series. Number 5, Flair. Sami Zayn has not only proven his excellence in WWE, but he also wrestled in several promotions and earned various awards before debuting in the prestigious wrestling promotion. The Canadian wrestler has developed his character by mixing his microphone skills with his in-ring ability. The nearly 40-year-old wrestler is at the peak of his popularity, with his incredible personality and presentation. But as talented as Zayn is, Hall of Famer Ric Flair seems to have some issues with him. In 2023, in an interview with the English podcast Uncensored Nation, Ric Flair openly and harshly criticized Sami Zayn. The Nature Boy talked about his lack of communication and the bad energy that, according to him, Sami Zayn brings backstage. Flair said verbatim, "For me, personally, when I had the chance to chat a bit to get along with Sami Zayn, it was a disaster. The guy is dull, not very sociable, and very distant. For me, he's done. I won't speak to him again. Unless he does it or it's for work. As for me, I won't do it." His best friend Kevin Owens is very different. He's a true gentleman and very respectful behind the scenes. Those were the words of Ric Flair. Many say they're unsure if the Nature Boy's story is true or happened as he claims. It's already known that Flair tends to go after some wrestlers and badmouths them wherever he goes, just because they didn't get along with him. Number 4, Brie Bella. Yes, one of the twins is one of the people who didn't get along with Zayn for a while, and there are no records or confirmations that they've spoken again. Let's put things in context. Sami Zayn faced Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania 36 in a match for the Intercontinental title. The company wanted Sami to lose the title that night, but the champion asked, please, for a little more time with his reign. So that night at WrestleMania, Sami would beat Daniel Bryan and remain the champion. Okay, up to that point, everything was fine. However, the big problem would come when, after that match, Sami Zayn would no longer appear in WWE. Alright, this was because he decided to stay home to protect himself from COVID. The pandemic was at its peak, and Zayn decided not to return to wrestling. The company didn't accept this request, but he didn't care at all. Brie Bella went public on all her social media to seek justice for her husband Daniel Bryan, as well as to label Sami Zayn as a selfish guy who doesn't want to see his own teammates succeed. All of this because she believed that if Zayn, after his victory at WrestleMania 36, wasn't going to wrestle anymore so he could stay home, then she thought he should have said that Daniel Bryan should have won the title that night, since he would have continued appearing on WWE's weekly shows. After a few weeks, and after all this media scandal, WWE would announce through its official social media that the title would be taken away from Sami Zayn for not being able to defend it. Sami Zayn said he didn't care, but that he was still the real champion because nobody took it from him. Many even considered this sanction unfair because WWE did allow Roman Reigns not to appear on the weekly shows and to stay at home while the pandemic was going on. Before continuing with this video, please comment which superstar you would like to see in the next episodes of 5 Wrestlers Who Hate.
Cuento contigo.
Number 3, Vince McMahon. One of the reasons, like in the previous entry, was what really bothered Vince McMahon. It was always known that Sami Zayn was not Vince's favorite guy. On the contrary, Big Cass once said that Vince hated Sami Zayn. Vince always felt that Sami did whatever he wanted and didn't respect the company's rules, which was one of the main reasons why Vince McMahon hated Sami. When the wrestler didn't want to participate in the shows in Saudi Arabia for personal reasons that had to do with the social and political conflict the country was involved in with Palestine. since Zayn is of Syrian descent and has expressed his full support for the people of Palestine on numerous occasions and continues to do so. Sami Zayn refused many times to go to the shows in Saudi Arabia, and he knew that he was putting Vince between a rock and a hard place, because if Vince fired him, he would basically look like someone who doesn't respect individual freedoms and who didn't respect Zayn's real decision. However, when Sami Zayn wanted to go to Saudi Arabia in 2022, the country denied him entry for being Syrian. In 2023, finally, Saudi Arabia opened up so that Syrians could enter the country, and that's why Sami Zayn was able to do it. Even though Vince McMahon is no longer in WWE, he surely hasn't forgotten the times he asked him nicely, and Zayn refused to go. Number 2, Arn Anderson.
Done.
Anderson is a retired professional wrestler. His career is known for his alliances with Ric Flair and also with several members of the group the Four Horsemen. He was inducted into the Hall of Fame in 2012, being recognized among the group of great wrestlers. He currently continues working in WWE, but no longer in the ring, instead in the production and creative side of the matches. And here I want you to listen carefully so this is clear. Because I really don't know if Arn Anderson truly hates Sami Zayn, but the times Anderson had to work on producing Sami Zayn's matches, he said the Canadian wrestler was really detestable. And that he hated producing Sami's matches because he found him to be a know-it-all, and that he honestly preferred not to work with Sami Zayn in the production and creation of his matches. However, Arn Anderson said that despite being annoying and that he hated working with Sami, he was still a good guy outside the ring, with good deeds and a great personality. But that he preferred to keep him at a distance when it came to working together. Number 1, Zack Ryder Matt Cardona, or Zack Ryder, did not get along at all with Sami Zayn backstage, and this was well known by the vast majority. Zack Ryder would say that Sami Zayn was a very critical guy about other superstars' matches, and that he always tried to belittle him in despicable ways. Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn's best friend, said that sometimes Sami's mistake was considering himself too much of a perfectionist for wrestling, and that made others feel criticized instead of receiving comments to improve. Obviously, Zack Ryder didn't like this at all, and he said he had to stop talking to Sami Zayn so he wouldn't have to hear his negative and absurd comments anymore. Remember to comment, which superstar would you like to see in this series?